Prophet ﷺ said, "Ad-du'a huwa al-ibadah." The dua is the worship. The dua is the worship. Besides praying 5 times a day, fast in the month of Ramadan, going to Hajj, giving zakat. The dua is the ibadah. The dua is the worship. And in some of the hadith, even some of the scholars say it's hadith that is weak or not authentic, but it makes sense that it's dua mukhul ibadah. The dua is the brain of the ibadah. Look how the scholars used to always make dua. In the time of Abdullah ibn Mubarak, one of the biggest scholars of hadith. That time, the Medina went through a drought. Very, very hard time. They went through a drought. They didn't have rain for many, many months. Abdullah Mubarak was walking, and with Al-Qadi Iyad back at that time, some of the biggest scholars of hadith, rahimahumullah, that they went out and they do Salat al-Istisqa. They do the prayer, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make it rain. It's called Salat al-Istisqa, the prayer for the rain. When the believers try and make salah, make dua, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, will make it rain. There is specific salah for that. And how you pray, and how you go out and you walk, and then you pray 2 rak'ah, and you make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the rain. Even though there were scholars of hadith at that time, there were pious servants of Allah, but Allah never answered. Allah never answered the prayer. Months and months later, Abdullah ibn Mubarak was walking, and then he saw a man. He saw a man, normal looking man, poor. His clothes looked old. His shoe was cracked and broken. Long beard. He looked dirty. And then he raised his hand, and this was during late night in the Masjid al-Nabawi. So Abdullah Mubarak is looking at him, and he can hear him. And then this poor man raised his hands, and he said, "Oh Allah, I bear witness that there is no God, only you, Allah. Ashhadu annaka la ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan Rasulullah." He said shahada. And he said, oh Allah, I ask you for the people who live in the city of your messenger, in the city of your apostle, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, they named him. في مدينة رسولك أشهدك يا الله أن تمطرنا وأن تنزل الغيث علينا. Oh Allah, and then he asked Allah to make it rain. And he was insisting. And he stood up there for a while, making the same dua over and over and over again, and repeating the same sentence. And Abdullah Mubarak is watching him. And Abdullah Mubarak, he swore by Allah, hours later, he saw the clouds on the sky, and then it started to rain. This happened many, many months of Salat al-Istisqa, many, many months of the scholars, servants of Allah, muhaddithi, making dua, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala answered this man. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with His will, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with His power, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with His mashiyah and His qadar, He answers whomever He wants. Then Abdullah Mubarak, he went to Al-Qadi Iyad, and he told him the story. And he said, "Oh Qadi Iyad, I saw this man. This is how he looks. And he's a stranger in Medina. We've never seen him before." And he told him the story of his dua. He was making dua, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala answered him. And it rained immediately. Al-Qadi Iyad started to cry and cry and cry until he passed out. Because he realized that he was making dua, but Allah didn't answer his dua, but He answered the other's man's dua. What was he doing his entire life? A man came to Al-Qadi Iyad. Then Al-Qadi Iyad, he told him, "Come on, Lord, how old are you?" And he said, "Sittuna ama." He said, 60 years old. He said, "I'm 60 years old." Then Al-Qadi Iyad, he told him, "Sittuna aman wa anta mashi ila Allah, or ila qabrak." He said, 60 years, and you are walking to your grave. It's been 60 years, and you are walking to Allah, and you are walking to your grave. The man got nervous and scared. And he said, "Inna lillahi wa amal." He said, "Oh Allah, oh to Allah we will return. Oh Allah, we will return to Him. What is the solution? What do I have to do?" And then Al-Qadi Iyad, how the scholars speak when they speak with wisdom. They speak with wisdom. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them the knowledge, and they know how to use it. اعمل فيما بقي يغفر لك فيما مضى. اعمل فيما بقي يغفر لك فيما مضى. So he told him, اعمل فيما بقي. Since you are alive now, since the doors of the Tawbah are opened now, since the doors of the Maghfirah are opened now, اعمل فيما بقي. Do the deeds now since you are alive. Do the deeds. Do the a'mal al-salihah since you are alive. يغفر لك فيما مضى. And then when you make tawbah and do the deeds and repent to Allah with the correct intention and ikhlas, يغفر لك فيما مضى. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive your past sins. When you go and get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, especially during the salat. Especially during the salat. When the Prophet ﷺ said that if there is a river in front of your door, now subhanahu wa ta'ala, concentrate with me with this hadith. Concentrate with me when I say this hadith. And try to understand it with your heart. When there is a river in front of your door, you open the door and there is a river. And the Prophet ﷺ, look how he gives examples to the Sahaba. There is a river in front of your door and you shower from this nahr and their river 5 times a day. Now can you take a shower 5 times a day? Let's think about it as you're doing it physically. As you're doing it in a normal, natural way. You go home and you take showers 5 times a day. The Prophet ﷺ asked him, will you be dirty after that? Will there be any dirt in your body? Obviously the Sahaba say, no, Rasulullah. There will be no dirt. So he told them, that's how the 5 prayers are. That's how the 5 prayers are. So I said, I'm concentrating on prayer. Why? Because only in the month of Ramadan, as we know, throughout the Muslim world, there are some Muslims who only pray in Ramadan. There are some Muslims who only pray in Ramadan. And unfortunately to say it, that there are some Muslims who will come to Jumu'ah in Ramadan. Now that's very sad. Now don't be a hypocrite. You're not being a hypocrite on yourself. You're not cheating Allah, but we are cheating ourselves. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ عَلَى صَلَوَاتِهِمْ يُحَافِظُونَ. Those who protect their salah on time. إِنَّ الصَّلَاةَ كَانَتْ عَلَى الْمُؤْمِنِينَ كِتَابًا مَوْقُوتًا. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks in the Quran, He speaks clearly with knowledge. إِنَّ الصَّلَاةَ, indeed the prayer, كَانَتْ عَلَى الْمُؤْمِنِينَ, it's written upon the believers. Kitab, a book. Kitab, a book, mawqut, with waqt, with time. It has to be performed with timely manner, on time. As I said many times, Umar radiallahu anh, and Abu Bakr. Umar always had a bat. You want to say like a huge bat, always carrying with his right hand. May Allah be pleased with him. And if anybody makes salah late, he hits him with it. If anybody makes salah late, Umar goes and he hit him. And he said, Allah will not accept your salah if it's late. Now these were the Sahaba of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Ihfadillah yahfad. Be mindful of Allah and also protect the oaths. When you make an oath, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, that you are protecting to your oath. That when you swear, when you promise your Muslim brother something, especially in this month, many of the brothers ask, what are the things that we should do during fasting time? What are the things that we should do when we fast? When the Prophet ﷺ said, وَلَا خَلُوفِ فَمِ الصَّائِمِ أَطْيَبُ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ مِنْ رِيحِ الْمِسْكِ, that the smell of your mouth, you know, it gets kind of stinky in the month of Ramadan. That smell, the Prophet ﷺ said, it's much more fragrant to Allah than misk. Than misk. That's how that smell is. Many Muslims don't know that. You go talk to your brother and you talk to him and you smell and you say, oh, it's stinky. But he doesn't have the knowledge. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that smell, it smells better than misk to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Better than misk. And then Allah, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave us advice what to do in Ramadan. La rafath. You do not fight in Ramadan. You do not argue in Ramadan. You do not curse in Ramadan. You do not say namima in Ramadan. You do not joke around for nothing in Ramadan. First 10 days, second 10 days, last 10 days. Divide it and put a goal. And write down in a piece of paper and put it in front of your desk. And this is what I'm going to do in the first 10 days. This is what I'm going to do in the second 10 days. This is what I'm going to do in the third day. There was a sister, may Allah be pleased with her, she called me. And she has a goal and she has a map. What is she going to do in Ramadan? Well, I was going to tear when she told me what was her plan. It's between her and Allah. But this is how the brothers and the believers think. I'm going to read the Quran after the Fajr. From the Fajr prayer until sunrise. I'm going to read the Quran. Prophet ﷺ said that whoever sit down after the Fajr, reading the Quran, waiting until the sun will rise and pray 2 rak'ah of the duha, it's like one hajjah with me. It's like you are going to Hajj with the Prophet ﷺ. Or it's like you are performing Umrah. If we sit in the masjid, reading the Quran, remembering Allah, brothers and sisters, that's our investment. That is our investment. That is our property, is the book of Allah. When Abdullah ibn Mas'ud said that Surah Al-Anbiya, and Surah Al-Kahf, and Surah Maryam, and Surah Taha, he said, these are my properties when I was in Mecca with the Prophet ﷺ. Because he didn't have anything. He didn't own anything. He didn't own money. There was an elderly man of the Sahaba who lived in Mecca. When the Prophet ﷺ migrated from Mecca to Medina, this was before Ramadan was obligatory to fast upon the Muslims. Prophet ﷺ traveled with Abu Bakr and Umar and all the companions, but there were some of the Sahaba that stayed in Mecca. They couldn't leave their families. They had excuses. But one of the Sahaba, he felt that he had to go. And I will leave my money behind me. And I will leave everything behind me. I just want to see the Prophet ﷺ every day. I just want to see his face. I just want to be with him. I just want to feel his hand. I just want to hug him. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. When he was on his way, he felt death. The angel of death came to him. He felt it. Now, he wants to do bay'ah with Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He wants to do the bay'ah. When you do the bay'ah with the Muslim leader, is that you agree and then you vote for this Muslim leader. This is the Muslim leader that I want. And you do bay'ah with him. This is what I'm going to do during the lifespan with this Muslim leader. This is what I promised him to do. Some of the Sahaba, they promised the Prophet ﷺ, they give him bay'ah, that يَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ, that they call for the good and they forbid the evil. Some of them is that they go with him everywhere in every battle. Some of them that they fast. Some of them you make bay'ah with the Muslim leader. So he wants to make bay'ah with the Prophet ﷺ. But the Prophet ﷺ is not with him. So he raised his hand and he asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah, you know, in the middle of the desert, by himself, the elderly man, he wants to do bay'ah with our Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He raised his hand, he's making dua to Allah, and he felt that, and he knows when you are going out of this world, and you know that you're leaving this world and this dunya, you know that you are going to die. Some of the scholars say is that you see death in front of you. You see it before the people sitting around you see it. And it's all about that last moment when you are going to leave this world. That's why the Prophet ﷺ said, إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالْخَوَاتِيمِ. The deeds are with the final moment. That's when you know. That final moment when you are leaving this world. That's when you know where you are going to be. He shook his hand. He put his right with the left. And he made the bay'ah to the Prophet ﷺ. And he said, oh Rasulullah, you know that I'm not going to be with you. Oh Rasulullah, I know I'm not going to be with you. So I made bay'ah to you in here, in this place. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the Quran. Immediately Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed to the Prophet ﷺ in Medina. And the Prophet ﷺ knew that one of these companions was coming. And this is in Surah At-Tawbah, that he passed away. And look how the Sahaba think, and how much they love the Prophet ﷺ, deeply from their hearts. Deeply from their hearts. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم.